Hello, friends, and welcome to the Wyrd Wayfinder. I am feeling super guided to do this sort of pick a card reading. Now, I'm going to give you, as part of the weirdness, I guess, but that's just really what I feel called to do, which I've never done before, several different ways to pick your pile. Now, they are in order: pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Which I also used our regular playing cards to number for you. So you have the A's, the 2, the 3. You can pick because of the number. You can pick because of the playing card. If you like the different suits in the playing cards, the different colors of the playing cards, whatever your heart desires. Now also, I do have my handy dandy zodiac deck right here. I know some people have little zodiac stones because they fit in the screen better. I'm just not cool enough for that, I guess. So I have zodiac cards, and I'm going to pull 4 cards for each pile. So if you would like to choose by your zodiac sign, you can feel free to do that as well. So pile 1, we have Aquarius, Cancer, Virgo, and Scorpio. Now, keep in mind, if you feel guided to a pile and it doesn't match your zodiac sign, don't worry about the zodiac sign, okay? This is just for those people that need that little bit of a thing that maybe that their spirit guides know that they're going to choose by their zodiac sign, and so it's going to show up where it needs to be. If that's not you, don't worry about it. All right, pile 2, we have Aries, Capricorn, Sagittarius, I'm missing somebody, but Leo. I feel like I got a card stuck together somewhere because that's how crazy I am. So then if that leaves pile 3, we have Taurus, Pisces, Gemini, and who am I missing? Who didn't I say yet? Hold on. I thought I had them all. Maybe that's a sign for somebody. What in the world? All right. See, this is real life, guys. I'm not even going to edit this out because I'm not worried about it. Did I put it? So we have Aquarius, Cancer, Virgo, and Scorpio. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Gemini, Pisces, and Taurus. Libra. Yeah, it's Libra I'm missing. Okay, so if you're a Libra, maybe this reading isn't for you at all. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. That's interesting. Maybe I'll find it as we go along. Weird. I'm going to assume that there's a reason why that card is not here. I'm not sure why, because I keep this in a box at all times. So maybe you feel left out of things, Libra. Maybe. Don't hate me. I'm just the messenger. Okay, so you can choose by your zodiac signs, but also you can choose by planets if you so choose. I told you, it's going to get a little weird right now. And if you've already chosen, you can feel free to fast forward. Now I am dividing this into 3 different videos, one for each pile. So if you fast forward, it's going to take you to pile 1. If you choose pile 2 or 3, it'll be in the description below to get to the links to those videos because I didn't want to have to edit into one big giant long video. My setup is not well equipped for those right now. But if you want to stay and choose from planets, if you know your birth chart, if you know what is going on in the astrology right now, like I do, it is some big deal astrology. If some planet is really pulling on your energy, maybe you feel guided towards it once I put the card down. I don't know, but I feel guided to use all of these. So I'm going to give you the option. So in pile 1, we have Neptune, the Sun, Chiron, which I know technically isn't a planet, but that's okay, and the Moon. Pile 2, we have Venus, Lilith, also not technically a planet, but that's also okay, Saturn, and Jupiter. Jupiter's a big deal right now in energy. Pile 3, we have Uranus, Mercury, no wonder, because Gemini is over here in this pile, Mars, and Pluto. Whew. I know, I'm a little messy. Like, hello, I'm the weird Wayfinder, not the perfect Wayfinder. Okay. All right, so there are your piles and all of your options, guys. If you are choosing pile 1, or maybe you want to watch all of them, like I said before, I'm going to continue right into pile 1 from here. If you want to watch piles 2 or 3, I will include the links in the description below. You can go to those piles as you see fit. As I said, I'm not editing. All of this is going to be live action, so I'm going to take these away and clear the space to continue with pile 1. Now I have pre-pulled kind of a stack of cards from several decks for each pile, and then we're going to add additional cards as I feel guided to as we move along. As soon as I move the other piles out of our way, because we are continuing right from here. So for me, don't mind me, because on my screen I have to do this upside down. So if I'm a little not perfect or off center, well, you know what, that's just me, I guess. All right, so here we are. We're gonna put this down here because I feel like there's a reason why I chose to use these playing cards, and we'll figure out what that is. So let's open up our stack here and see where this goes. Pile 1, this is for you. All right, so this top card right here is an angel card. Now, if you are not religious, that is totally fine. Take it however it resonates, okay? So we have, is it right side up? Yes, it is. We have Michael, Archangel Michael, and it says spiritual acceleration. You are experiencing spiritual upgrades. Move forward. Interesting. You are experiencing spiritual upgrades. Move forward. And you have an ace. So it does feel like the beginning of something for you. Like things feel different all of a sudden. I'm not getting anything just yet on whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe it doesn't matter, but Michael's sword is standing out to me. And if that ace, it's making me feel like the Ace of Swords in tarot, which is the sword of truth and clarity, which is the same as Michael's sword. He is an angel of truth and righteousness, and he's very smart. He's also a warrior. He leads an army. So this could go several ways. Let's see where this expands to. I said see where this expands to. And on the bottom of this card, it says expansion. It's just the type of cards. I'll show you in a second. It says surrender, to allow, to soften, to give permission, to trust, to open yourself up. So I wonder if Michael isn't cutting you open in a way. Although the truth is still jumping out at me. So something might be opening up and revealing the truth. Could be the truth about yourself, like an inner truth, because this is a sort of spiritual acceleration, right? It could be something in your life suddenly revealing a truth to you that changes everything. And acceleration, it's giving me positive vibes. It's giving me acceleration in like a good way. Let's just keep following the rabbit trail for a minute here. And pillar of light, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Again with the vibration rising. Vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Oracle makes me feel a lot more along the lines of speaking your truth. clarity is definitely a theme here. And so is a sort of spiritual upgrade. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Surrender. Permission to trust yourself, to open yourself up, like surrender to this upgrade. So it does feel like a shift to maybe a truer version of yourself, a truer way of expressing yourself, some truth coming in that changes, maybe changes how you see yourself or how you see the world. It changes who you are or who you think you are. It does feel like a big deal energy to look at it as a sort of spiritual upgrade, right? And we have the ocean of miracles, divine synchronicity, unexpected blessings, and hope. That changes things a little bit. Well, only a little bit. So something about the truths that are coming in, it's bringing you hope. It says divine synchronicity, unexpected blessings, and hope. Ocean of miracles. So this clarity coming in might literally feel like it's a miracle. Like, oh, thank goodness. Finally, we know the truth. Finally, we see the truth. Finally, there's clarity around something in your life. And that changes you on almost like a fundamental level, but in a good way. And while it might feel a little rough around the edges, I feel like for some of you, at least, maybe not everybody, right? Because that surrender card is there. So it's like, allow this to happen. I feel like some of you might resist this or might freak out just because it's a big truth. It's a big change. And it's like surrender, just surrender to yourself, surrender to the truth as part of this spiritual upgrade. I don't usually talk about things like spiritual upgrades, but here we are, and I am just going with it because I feel it. And the imagery in this card, let me hold this up for you if I can line up the camera better. You see this person? I mean, this card, it says pillar of light. Okay, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle, which lines up with this whole Michael card over there that says spiritual acceleration, upgrade of sorts, right? Does it not look like she is in some sort of divine alignment? Like this, the synchronicity in the pile itself alone is actually quite astonishing, especially with the ace and the swords, right? The ace of swords, the Michael with his sword, they're all like straight lines. I know that the ace of is not actually the ace of swords, but that's how I'm feeling it is. So we're going with that. Like all of these straight lines are there for a reason. And then we have over here in the ocean of miracles, it's more straight lines, but they're just like exploding from this giant ball of light, exploding from this truth that is just like apparently dying to break free. Then I have my Dark Moon Oracle card. It says resistance. Interesting. I was just saying how some of you might be almost resisting this upgrade in some way, shape, or form. Now, okay, bear with me for a second because here's the card. Okay, I want you to look at it if you can, not if you're driving and listening to this or something. But if you look at it, ooh, it kind of looks like it's like moving, even though I'm holding it there. It's a lion, right? It's this giant lion in a celestial sky, and there's some sort of grassy plains. It looks like the image is moving, I swear. If you guys are watching this, let me know if you see that too. Maybe it's just my eyes right now. I don't know. It looks like the clouds are, I don't know, moving with it. Anyway, tell me if this does not remind you of like Mufasa from The Lion King. Okay, when Simba looks up at the sky and Mufasa's spirit is up in those constellations and he's like, Simba, remember who you are, right? And then Simba goes and takes off and fights his battles and takes his rightful place as king. Yeah. And but before that happened, Simba was resisting his destiny. He was like, nah, I'm not meant to be king. That's not for me. I just want to Hakuna Matata my life away. You know, I'm not anybody special. And here's Mufasa like, yes, you are, sir. Yes, you are. Remember who you are. Please stand up and go save everybody. Now, I don't know necessarily that you're meant to go save everybody, But I do feel like there is an element here of remember who you are and what you are here for. And that doesn't mean that we're all here to like change the world, although I do think that such a thing is possible. But what that looks like is not always like what it looks like in the movies. Like, you don't need to be some giant action hero fighting all the villains. Sometimes you write a book that changes history. Sometimes there's art that changes history, that touches people, or that inspires people to do their own thing that also changes history. Like, you could just be, you could give $5 to a homeless person on the street out of the goodness of your heart, and that person takes it, and the next thing you know, they build the life that they were meant to build because you gave them that tiny little meal of the day that gave them the energy to do the work they needed to do to become the person they needed to become, that then had an impact on the world also. Like, it's just that kind of everything, anything could change the world, right? But right now, you're having this moment. Sorry, I went off on a tangent there for a second. It's fine. This is how we are. You're having this moment right now of clarity around who you are, of who you're becoming. Something about that smacks you in the face right now. But it's a good thing. It's here for you. It's here to help you expand. And it's bringing in some sort of miracle for you because you have the ocean of miracles. But there is a sort of resistance here where you're like, I'm not sure I want that. I'm not sure I deserve that. I'm not sure I like this change. There's just that kind of resistance. And they're like, surrender. Just surrender and trust. Trust yourself. Trust the universe. But just trust that no matter what it is, you will navigate it. And it's here to bring you something amazing, including a more clear part of yourself. Now, I did spread out my little tea leaves over here off to the side, which you can't see, but I can, and that's fine, so that I could kind of try to bring in some tiny little specific messages for people. So when I pull these, if it resonates, fantastic, it's for you. If it does not, just leave it. It's for somebody else that is watching this video, and that's all right. And then I will pull some tarot, and we will expand on it even more. Okay, so we have Flute. Disappointment in a friend or lover. Yes, I'm going to put these on top because I don't have that much space. Actually, you know what? I'll put it. Can I put it over here? Sure, I can. It's my first time using this particular setup, so bear with me. So disappointment in a friend or a lover. So this clarity could have something to do with that. You could be losing a friendship, a relationship, somebody that you know, because this clarity makes it so that you can no longer ignore something about the connection that is not serving you anymore. And Michael over here is talking about like a spiritual upgrade of sorts, and sometimes people just can't come with us. Like, when we grow and we reach a new version of ourselves and we suddenly see things a lot more clearly, but some of the people in our lives haven't grown with us. Like, they're just not matching our vibration anymore. You just don't mesh anymore. I feel like that's where this is going. And maybe that's why there's some of this resistance for you, because you know that if you upgrade, you can't take them with you and you don't want to let them go. But I promise you, it's going to be okay. Okay, that's for some of you. What else we got over here? See, we had disappointment, but now we have love. So you might lose a person or two, but you're going to get more love than you've ever had before. Maybe the people in your life right now, or at least whatever ones that this is talking about, and if this is for you, you're going to know. It's going to resonate, right? They're taking up space in your life. They might even be energy vampires of sorts. And maybe you care about them, you love them, but they're not good for you. So this might remove some of them from your life, but then love comes in, and that's a truer form. A form that doesn't suck the life out of you. A type that, like a person or a friend or whatever, that actually contributes more love to your life rather than just taking from you. So it will be replaced. They're giving you reassurance here. I kind of love that. All right, let's get one more. You have a unicorn. It says, Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Sorry if it doesn't all fit on the screen. I'm really bad at this. All right, so use your intuition to make beneficial changes. I do, like we were just talking about that, and the resistance, right? The synchronicities, I'm telling you. So the resistance is there. But this tells me that a lot of you who this pile is resonating with know this is happening. You might not have the right words for it or the words that I'm using, and that's fine. But like, you know, this change is happening. You're getting clarity on this. You know, you're resisting something if you are resisting. Not everybody who is watching this is going to feel that resistance, but it's there, and it really wants you to trust your intuition. You know that if these little tea leaves are resonating with you as well, you know that you got to let that person go. You know that they're not good for you, and that you're holding on because you just don't want to be alone, or you're afraid you're not going to find somebody else, or like they've been your bestie for half your childhood, but they're just not your level anymore. Like, trust your intuition. You know something is up, and it's really asking you to make changes that are for your best good, which sometimes goes against what we want. But in the end, it works out better for us when we're doing what's right for us. Okay, so that's what we're doing for the Oracle cards. And I'm going to pull a couple tarot and see what else we've got before we wrap this pile up. While I'm pulling these, if this resonates with you, leave me some comments, like the video, hype the video. If you're on mobile, make sure you subscribe if you are new here. If you want to see more of my crazy, weird Wayfinder ways. So right now I have the Emperor, and it's bringing me back to like how I was talking about Mufasa with this resistance card. Because it's got a crown and a sword. I'm using it's a Raven's tarot deck. Raven's Prophecy, something like that. I don't know. I like them sometimes for the visuals. Here's the crown, and there's the sword. Now again with the swords, okay, we have a lot of synchronistic symbolism going on here with Michael and his sword of truth, the Ace of Swords, that pillar that looks like a spear of light. Like, there's something here about swords. Clarity. Maybe you need to cut things off with your sword of truth. Like, maybe you need to focus your attention on something. But also it's right through your crown here. And that could be your crown chakra, because it's kind of like, almost makes me feel like we're just seeing like the top part of somebody's head with like a sword in it. I know, that's weird, but that's a visual I got. But also, like, that's the point. The point of this is to find your crown, because we were talking about remember who you are, Simba, right? Remember who you are. Whoever's watching this. Like, I feel like you are meant to be a leader of some kind. It doesn't have to be like a CEO or like leader of an army or anything like that big. I do feel like in general, we're going to get a lot of just everyday people becoming thought leaders of sorts, energy leaders, spiritual leaders, like just little everyday humble beings changing the world by leading with their own light kind of energy. And I think in order to do that, you have to embrace it first. I feel like you're over there like, me lead? What? I'm just Susie from the corner store. Like, what do you mean? You're not Susie from the corner store. But, you know, you just feel like you're just like, I'm just, you know, nothing special. Or maybe you realize you are special. Because I do think you are special if you're watching this pile. But you haven't really embraced it yet. You are afraid to be seen. That is something, maybe some shadow work wound that you've been dealt with, because you have to heal that in order to step into your truer self. Could be afraid to be seen. You could be afraid to be the center of attention. Maybe you think that, oh, you know, what's so special about me? Or you lack the confidence, or why would anybody follow me? But I bet you if you looked around you, you've got people in your life that are just naturally migrated toward you. You might even be like the kind of leader of your little friend group by accident. You know, anything. There's something like that going on in your world. You have the star. So these are major arcanas. Just saying, just throwing that out there. The first two cards we're pulling are major arcanas. And we're talking about truth and soul level ups and miracles and, you know, the star. And I was just talking about Mufasa being in the sky. Like the spirit is talking to Simba, right? Now we have the stars, which is where Mufasa was. So I know this is just how my brain works. This is why we're here. This is how my intuition flows, and I'm done trying to put in a box. So if this is crazy to you, that's fine. But if you love my crazy, just stick around because it's fun. So we are making a wish because we have a miracle coming in. We have the star. You've made a wish. You have a vision. Maybe you're a visionary, and that's why we need you to step up into this leadership role, and you need to take that vision and actually focus on it with that sword, like laser focus on it. And you need to cut people out of your world that think you're crazy, because I know I've had to do that before. So the star here could be like you made this wish and you're like, this is the life I want to lead. This is the world that I wish I could create. This is the project I want to do. This is the job I wish I had. This is the relationship I wish I had. And you can have it. You're literally in this upgrade. Something in you is shifting. You are starting to realize how powerful you are, I think, for some of you. You're having clarity on why that wish has not manifested itself for you yet, why you haven't created those things. Maybe in a very practical way. I haven't stepped into that job that I wanted yet because I haven't had the confidence to go after it. I haven't gotten the relationship that I want yet because I keep holding on to these people that I know aren't good for me because I'm settling for less than I deserve, right? It could be stuff like that that's getting in your way. But it's there. The star is also healing. So there might be something going on right now, this clarity or this truth bomb that just got dropped on you that feels like maybe it ripped you right open or it cut people out of your life. And it sucks, but also it's a form of healing. It's detoxing you from the things that aren't meant to be in your life anymore, and you will heal from that. And it's like, have the hopes and dreams and visions because it's here for you. Oh, look, they brought you flowers. Maybe. It is the Six of Coins, which is the Six of Pentacles, which is receiving gifts. And I do think that is the key here, is receiving gifts. Are you the kind of person that doesn't feel like you deserve attention or like you deserve to receive from other people? Because that is kind of a vibe that is going on here, right? If you're reluctant to step into a leadership role, if you're reluctant to be seen, to get attention, if you're struggling with relationships because you feel like you don't deserve better, you're afraid to let go, right? I do feel like that it would be a wound that a lot of people watching this pile might have, where you are not sure you deserve to receive, but here you are receiving. In order to step into the role that you are being elevated into in this particular moment in time, you have to be able to receive, which we have surrender over there as well, which is making me feel like you have to. You can't always be giving and giving or chasing things either. You can't be chasing things and not in surrender at the same time. But Six of Coins is like receive. Oh, we're getting a visitor. So if you see little orange paws at the top of your screen, that is Sir Odin. And I'm not even going to stop him because he has blessed you with his presence. And we're just letting him do what he wants. So, so Sir Odin concurs that it's time to receive. And also on a deeper, more, here he goes again, spiritual level, I do feel like it's time for you to receive this clarity, this truth, which you deserve, to receive this part of you that maybe you had locked away. Maybe you didn't realize you had. Maybe you refused to step into. Oh, okay. Well, Odin will step into it for you. And he's now rubbing his face on the camera. I don't know how he knows, but he always knows when I'm filming, and he always wants to be all up in my business when I'm doing it. Odin, scoot your boot. All right. So I don't know. I feel like that's that's where I want to leave you. I'm kind of treating each pile individually. I may pull more or less than the other piles. I don't know, but that's where I feel like this pile wants to leave you, and you've got some things to contemplate and meditate on, sit with, see how it resonates with you, and if it does, how are you going to work with it? Because this is the messages that Spirit's trying to give you right now. So if this video resonated with you, make sure you leave me some comments. Let me know. What is it speaking to in your soul? And if you would like to continue on and watch any of the other piles, again, the links are in the description below. Until next time, stay magical, my friends. I will be back when Spirit tells me to be back.